So, you know how sometimes things happen in life, right? Or maybe tasks are accumulating or emotions keep coming to the surface and it's just too much at the same time. And you might go like, oh, I can't deal with this anymore, right? And that's burnout. And the thing is, sadly, in our face-based world, stress has become very normal. It's like just having stress for breakfast, right? And we get burnout, and this burnout thing can leave us drained. It can have us, it's holding us back, but it doesn't have to be like that. And today we are in the presence of a woman who is a burnout survivor. She, she's using her experience with chronic stress that she had at the time. She found her gift for the world in that experience. And now she's here to help you turn all that chaos and that burnout, those negative things, into positive things. Calm and peace, happiness, and health. So here's Natascha Polomski, and she's going to be talking about why awareness matters. And right.
Thank you, Pao. The giggles. I love the giggles. So,
See,
yeah.
that's how you feel when a compulsive giggler introduces you.
Yeah, and I would
But
probably do the
everybody's
same.
mute and giggling themselves. Go, Natasha.
So, yes, I'm Natasha, and I'm more than 25 years of burnout survivor. I it, I just have to go a step back. I never work with a script. That's the first thing because whatever comes to mind at the moment is what is important. But the talks that were there this morning with Jennifer, with Richard, and Robert, and Wendy, it was so amazing because there were so many similarities to the things that I do. And so I just want to dive a little bit deeper with what they've done. So awareness is a big part of intuition, and people don't realize that. And we're so disconnected with our bodies, as Wendy already pointed out. We're so disconnected that we don't realize that our body is already talking to us and already telling us, hey, stop here, don't go any step further. You're diving into whatever shit you don't want to. I'm sorry, I'm swearing, so if anybody's offended, I'm sorry about that. It's just, it comes out. I'm born and raised in Germany, Bavaria, and in Bavaria we swear a lot. So I'd rather get the emotion out with a swear word, not at somebody, but just for the situation. And that's my awareness of that. If I keep that in, it will build up the emotion. So rather get it out, be done over, and fine. It was so interesting to see that talk about not being able to visualize. And part of my training was therapeutic touch, which is an energy healing modality. And our teachers always said, what do you feel? What do you feel? And a lot of our students and our co-students, whatever, said, I don't feel, I don't feel, I don't feel. Just to realize that their perception of the energy and their intuition talking to them was actually not the seeing or the feeling. It was a sound, it was a smell, it was a taste. So if you start tying into all of your five senses instead of just going by what is mainstream, visualize, or in the sense of energy healing, feel, and then you go to what do I sense, then you shift the whole perspective to there is a red door, but you might not see the red door, but you might hear the door angles creak. Or you might smell the wind coming through the open window. Energetic awareness is not bound by fixed values. It is always open, and it's always open to you. And you are you. There's nobody who can tell you when you see sunlight, because it's totally your own perception. So the point why awareness matters in burnout is that we don't realize that we're already not breathing, like I do right now. Like I'm not breathing deep while I'm talking because I'm talking too fast. And so I'll regulate by taking a deep breath and just give myself a second to ground and then talk further, which lowers my voice, it slows down my voice, it lowers my stress levels. How often do you catch yourself during the day in your business life that you actually take a deep breath? Probably not. Because we tend to go, 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 fast, 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 fast. And then we all of a sudden go like, why am I so exhausted? Why do I feel like I can't get anything done? And if you really look back, you've actually done quite a lot. It's just you don't see it because you've been so stressed of getting more things done and so on, that you oversee the most important part is you've done the best that you could. You've done probably more than you should, but you don't even realize it. So by the end of the day, if you feel you have accomplished nothing, look back at what you've actually done during that day. Even if you took 15 breaks, even if you spent 2 hours on YouTube videos. I do that sometimes. The point is, you still get a lot of things done that you don't see. And not seeing them, not being aware of what you've accomplished will bring you back into that stressful space. Not breathing will bring you in that stressful space. But if you can pay attention to, oh, this is a situation where my shoulders tense up, where my neck gets tight, I feel like I can't, then step away from it a bit. Turn around, go outside, put your feet on the ground. Get your body back into alignment with your brain, or your brain in alignment with your body. Reconnect with yourself. We're most times all in our heads. We're most times all the go, 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 and I have to, I must, I don't, like all of those. Who doesn't know that, especially as an entrepreneur? I have had my first company before I moved to Canada. That was actually not bad because I was full-time employed and I still had enough time to do my stuff. And then I came here and I became full-time employed, and I waited 10 years for my boss to change, not realizing I had to change. So every day we had the interaction of creating role plays, creating stress, fear, anxiety, whatever you want. It was all there. And the biggest challenge in that was me not being aware that I was the holdback of shifting that. I was the one who was not letting go. I was the one who's not taking charge of my life and not paying attention to myself. Once I realized that the only one who can change that is me, again, the awareness of this is my part in the whole story, I shifted from, no, this doesn't happen, no, this can't work, to, I'll try my best. That was the first step. So that took friction out of the equation with my boss for quite a bit. And then the next step was that I realized I was not happy in what I was doing and where I was employment-wise, so I quit my job. And I became self-employed. And that step was the best decision I've ever made in my life, because I can schedule my life the way I need it. I can do what I need to do, and I can go where I need to go. Is it always easy? No. Did it take me about another 10 years to figure out how I can cope with my burnout? Yes. The biggest shift came the last 3-4 years. But I found all my tools along the way because I was open to the awareness of this is something that I can try out and that helps. Part of that was learning to talk to my body. So the awareness that my body remembered while my brain didn't took the stress out of those situations. And my brain most times didn't remember. I drove 80 kilometers without remembering how I got from A to B. That nothing happened in that time was amazing. Speeding tickets, yes, they happened. Quite a bit. But I never run over anybody. Let's say it this way. I never crashed my car. The point was I was not there. I was not present. I was not in my body. I was all in my brain. If I'd been aware of that, things would have changed way faster. So that's why I try to invite people to learn about themselves and to learn how they can change their own life. And part of that is also to see is what you're doing fulfilling you, is what you're doing making you happy. If you cannot laugh about what you do or how you are, and if you're constantly in a state of, oh, I done that wrong, and I've done this, and all these panic moments in your life, then you're definitely not at the right place. Then you might want to take a look at the things that you have in your life and the things that make you happy or not. And if you can remove the things that make you not happy, and if you can shift them to a happy place. Again, the awareness is the part of where am I now? Who am I now? What do I do? And how can I shift that? That's where people like Richard come in, or Jennifer, or Wendy, or me. We can help you because sometimes you can't see the big picture. But first step to see the bigger picture is to see yourself and to realize what's inside you, what's going on with you. What is your gut telling you? And not your brain. But where's the place you feel the safest? Where's the work that feels the most comfortable for you? And how can you achieve that? Or even just to realize, is that a place where I don't want to be? Is that a place where I'm not wanted? Is that a place where I have to put too much effort into bringing to the table what needs to be brought to the table, or what somebody thinks needs to be brought to the table? And are you constantly overexerting yourself or not? Because again, it's your body already telling you you're constantly fatigued, your mind doesn't stop chattering, you cannot sleep, high blood pressure, you name it. Your body has so many ways of talking to you and presenting the intuition. Basically, intuition is nothing else than receiving all the information that is around you and your body translating it to you in a way that your body can understand. And we are so trained to not listen to our bodies and not connecting with ourselves. One of the parts where I learned to trust for the first time, and I was in the burnout, I was very OCD, so I worst times was really I ran back 5 times, and I meant not just running, but driving back 25 kilometers to check if my stove was off after I've checked it 4 times already. And then I learned about what we now call in BioEnergetic Wellness, we call it muscle monitoring, because we're looking for energetic shift. We don't call it muscle testing anymore. But I learned to use my finger, and some people use the pointer. I can't do that. But I use my finger to test if I've done something, if I turned something off. So then I can go, did I turn off the stove? It helps, it doesn't. So the question is, show me with release. It shows with release, yes, I turned it off. My brain goes like, okay, good, I can go on. Before it was like, no, I have to turn it on. Did I really turn it? Yes, you turned it. No, I didn't. All of that can be taken out of the equation when you learn to have the right tools. And then you can shift into that trusting place where you can go and just check in with yourself and ask your intuition, did I do? And your gut feeling will say, yes, you turned it off. Don't fret about it. Right? But getting to that place of trust, and that's where Wendy was so right with her part about trust, was so wonderfully how she put that. It's not just office, it's not just work, it's not just family, it's your whole life. If you learn to trust your own innate intuition and sense of right or wrong, you will actually be way ahead in all areas of life that you have. And stress and burnout will become very minor parts in your life. And I would love to hear from you guys.